Hello family, it's me again, uploading another video on prostate cancer, considering radiation therapy. So a little bit of background again. I just recently been diagnosed with prostate cancer at the age of 54. After meeting with my doctor, I decided to initially, for now, go on surveillance, and during this time frame, start to research my options if I want to stay on surveillance or look at other options to go by. Currently, made a video on surveillance. Now, today the topic is going to be on radiation therapy. Just also, a little bit about my purpose. As I start going this challenge, I start going through and looking at other videos of other references. And so as I start looking at other folks' story and reading through the comments, I wanted to make sure that also document my experience, so the other men, again, all men, but especially African American men who may be going through this, may have real life experience to see what other men are thinking, and not just having just what you hear from the doctor, but real life experience of men who's going through this prostate cancer experience. So my goal is to kind of video throughout my experience, pre and continue post, so that you can have information, as well as I learn things as I've learned through watching other folks. And I really appreciate all those men who have stepped up and posted as well. Has been a really good resource to me during my my investigation, and so I'm hoping that I can likewise I can do the same. So here's my thought on radiation therapy. So initially, I was in the doctor's office, and he was giving my options of surveillance, having the surgery, or doing radiation therapy. Man, first thing I said was radiation therapy. That sounds great when he first started talking about it. Things he mentioned was, 6 to 8 weeks of having to do therapy every day. First, it was less invasive, initially off the bat, less invasive than the surgery. That sounds great. And having to have my prostate removed. He mentioned the 6 to 8 weeks of having to do therapy. Didn't have no problems with that. I can show up and get that done. So that was not a problem. The only thing that concerned me when he started mentioning, it's about a 90%, success rate, and that because of the damage it does to the body, if you did that, you wouldn't be able to come back and do surgery later. That was a big red flag, considering I'm 54 years old and hoping to live a long time. Prostate still being there, something was to happen. Coming back and trying to do something different was concerning me. That was the initial thought, talking to my initial doctor. So, but since being on surveillance, I have went out and started researching more, and based off the research, I think that over time things that may have been how it was, but things seem to have gotten better as it relates to radiation therapy. That one, that it's not a blast to your whole prostate. That now they have more of a focused radiation, so they can pinpoint pretty much this area that they want to get. So yes, you still have the longer time frame that you have to take it, but the risks are less. Secondly, from the standpoint, again, it's not blasting the whole prostate, so that also the concerns about getting a secondary cancer is less likely. The success rate is considered to be much higher than what was originally had back in the day. Secondly, the short-term effects of urinary problems is said to be less if you go with radiation therapy. So it sounds like it has improved a lot more now than had been in the past as relates to that. Some of the short-term effects is still a fatigue while you're getting it, but my understanding that 6 to 8 weeks after your radiation therapy ends, you're able to get that back. Sexual functions are still at risk long term. Similar to if you had other options, surgery, you still have that 50% issue of sexual function being affected by it. Now, there are some long-term effects that are mentioned and related to burning, that it could affect your bowels, and also when you're having peeing, that you can also have some burning. The other item that was mentioned that was low on the possibility, I think they were saying like 1 to 2%. And those who have had radiation therapy, please chime in to the chat and add anything else that you have actually experienced with it. But some has mentioned that you have urinary restrictions to where you're unable to pee normally, and that you'd either have to maybe wear a catheter or something, or that you may have to have surgery to repair that part. The issue with burning has been resolved by I think a process they call spacer, to where they insert that in between the bladder and in your prostate to keep any burning or any radiation from passing to those other areas. So that's been improvement. Lastly, my concern has been if radiation doesn't work and it comes back, I can't do surgery. My understanding is that's still probably the true statement, but that radiation therapy has gotten more involved, that if it came back, you could still do a second level of radiation to help draw that back, to help get rid of it or mitigate it. Now, some of the drawbacks for me for radiation therapy is that your prostate is still there, so it can come back to it. You have to monitor PSA a lot, and I'm assuming it may be with others as well, because that exists. So again, this is my starting point. I'm gonna still look for more, and like I say, as folks put stuff in the chat, hope to increase my understanding and knowledge. But that's what I got, and that's what I've learned so far, and put some in the comments. But one of the sites that I've looked at was from a Dr. Scholes, MD. That's one of the resources I use to try to better understand this. So that may be something that your team or anybody who's researching may also look for. So again, thanks everyone. Have a great day.
So quickly, listed below are reasons why radiation therapy may be an option for treatment if treatment becomes necessary. Additionally shown are some of those potential side effects of radiation therapy, both short-term and long-term.